And we are ready to go. Take it away, Pete.
What's up, everybody? It is time for the mashup of from season 4, episode 9. This is Mike. This is Pete. What's going on? So many mashups. Catch us on so many shows at YouTube.
Yes, it is going well today. It's Father's Day, so I want to extend a happy Father's Day to all of our listeners and also to Boyd and Henry and Jim, rest in peace, and all the other fathers from.
Who are not real people, by the way.
I know they're characters,
I don't
but
even think they're real people from in the show at this point. Let me tell you
well,
something. After watching the thing with what was it, Henry and Victor
yes,
on the other realm, from what we're
yep,
understanding. Now, we're gonna go right into it here. Multiple questions. Happy Father's Day, but loaded stuff here. So, is that meant to believe that when he told the new lady that, I mean, I never seen this lady before. That apparently the guy in the yellow
Clara,
made a devil. Yeah, Clara, right? That's the one with the blue.
yep, the one wearing
Yeah,
blue. Yeah.
so apparently she made a deal with the devil at some point to go home. Now, when he says go home, is that what he means by going home? Is Henry going home when he sees Victor? Is that like what it means? And like you said last time, is his soul trapped somewhere? Now, here's my thing, and I always thought this was an easy out for any show ever like this. I always thought it was like going to be the theme of Lost or other shows that I've watched. Is the final episode going to be all of these main characters inside a mental asylum?
Oh, okay.
And it's like that's like their and it's one main character's drugged up memory or whatever. That's like an
Yep.
easy out of how to explain what happened in the show here.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I think people or whoever, John Griffin, who created and wrote or has been writing a bunch of episodes, probably showrunner as well. With him creating the show, I don't know if he had any part of Lost, but this is a way to learn from past mistakes of other shows. You don't want to do like I doubt Henry's actually, in a hospital somewhere and it was just an acid trip over the last 40
Well, for
years.
for the record, anybody who hasn't seen Lost, it doesn't end that they're all in a mental asylum. That was my stupid
No.
prediction, season 3 out of 6, when I had no clue what's going on, similar to From, where my theory
Yes.
for this show is that it's actually hell and it's
Oh,
from
yep.
hell. And that's where these
Yes.
demons are from. And right now they are from hell. I don't know what that means about if they can get out or if they're stuck there forever. They say some none of my business, but
Yes.
the show will tell me what it needs to tell me when it's time. My theory
Exactly.
is that the town is hell and they get trapped in hell. That's just my whole, and that's the devil because that's my correlation there. Mike has had different theories over the time, so you want to tell me your theory real quick?
I forgot the last one I'd mentioned. I think it was like a supernatural thing. Like the people are actually trapped in this little town, and it's just a supernatural, what you call it, like a quantum realm or something like that
An
that they've
invisible
slipped into.
invisible wall.
Yeah, invisible walls,
My
or
man's been
maybe
watching
it ends
Dark
up like the
Matter too.
Truman
Listen, we've
Show.
been watching Dark Matter and secretly recording mashups for Dark Matter episode by episode. So he's just thinking that the town's a giant corridor and you're just gonna keep walking and
Yes,
every door you open is just another demon. And so
exactly.
yeah, so you don't think there's any validity to this world that Henry's imagining? You think it's totally in his
No,
brain? That
totally in his brain. It's Sophia's way of messing with him. Sophia even told Clara in this episode she's playing so many games, she just has to make a little push in a couple directions for some of the games she's playing.
Now, who do you prefer as a devil? The man in the yellow or Sophia?
Ah, that's a great question. I'd prefer Man in Yellow because he kind of spits it right. Whereas my daughter and I are just getting irritated with all the times we see Sophia smirking. So it's like I don't want my devil smirking, looking all cute and everything. If he's gonna be a devil, might as well look like a devil.
You want it to be a scary piece of shit that's gonna just do.
Exactly.
Because even her, what they said to Clara, like I told you, if you don't let me in, I'll do horrible things to you.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like holy shit.
I
So
agree.
now,
It's like, okay, psycho. Yes.
so I did send you this picture before because I did before I watched the episode because I know they were talking about they want to dig up the bones of the children that was going to save them from the demons and like they made it seem like it was going to be the bones are going to come to life and
Yeah.
charge the demons and stab them while they clear a path through and that's just the end
Yeah.
of
Ta-da.
everything. So I sent you that little meme of the army skeleton guy which I thought was
Yes.
hilarious. But so here's the thing. I think Victor's right. I think that on opening this tree, the bottle tree is there for a reason. It's marked for a reason. The kids are buried underneath it it's all there for a reason.
Yes.
So, I mean, personally, I think them digging up the kids' graves and unbottling this tree is a huge mistake. And
Yep.
when the results of you really want to go home that bad? What are you going home to at this point? You're already fucked up in the head and you've already seen things you could never explain. They would think you're crazy. You can never be normal again. Just live your life in the town and stop ripping up shit and digging up shit because, the ramifications could be everybody dies.
Yeah, but people do want to go home, see their families and everything. So I'm the same boat, trying to do everything possible to get home back to where things are normal and demons aren't trying
I'd
to
be
eat
doing
you
everything
every
possible to
night.
make a new fucking home and just survive. Like that's it. JSS, just survive somehow. If we learned anything from Walking Dead, just
Yeah.
survive somehow. All right. And then, like I said, it appears during, which I thought was interesting, that Sophia put the radio on and with just like her powers, and they saw that somebody caught a glimpse of that. So that's gonna, I feel like that was done on purpose.
Yep,
Like they're gonna start unraveling what's going on. Plus, did you notice that all of a sudden after that happened, the demon showed up? So it's kind of like Sophia summoned the demons over to fuck with the
exactly.
people, so distract the people, so she could loosen up the rope that's gonna break while they're trying to climb up the fucking tree.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Sophia just has, all this lurking, all these plans, like she said, all these games that she's playing with everybody. And that scene where the demons come over to the window and kind of tap on the glass at the diner and what are you doing in there? It's like, geez, just kind of creepy. Ugh.
Now, I wasn't really made clear because it made it seem like on the shot that somebody was walking through the tunnels and not woke up the demons. But was that because they heard the sound of
Yeah,
the
they heard the
shovels?
shovels. Yes.
Because I'm sitting there, I'm going, oh no, who what? I'm thinking that one of these idiots, like that wasn't supposed, like Kenny or somebody, started walking into the tunnel by themselves to follow, like a
Oh,
clown, and that they were gonna wake up and go kill that guy, and that was who, like their own guy screwed them over. But
yep,
no, the actual sound of the shovel walked them up. They got to the tarp,
yep.
and with the tarp, which we know doesn't work on the devil, the talisman doesn't work on the devil, but apparently works on the demons. And
Or they're
Sophia
making
didn't
it
seem
appear that it works on the demons. It might be
well.
one of those games Sophia's playing or
Well, that's what I was about to
Maniela's
say.
playing.
Sophia doesn't seem too rattled that
Hmm.
they're gonna do this. If this was the end game, wouldn't Sophia be like, no, under no circumstances you bury those kids?
No, with Sophia playing all these games, I see uh, I just see it that she's making the demons seem like, or that those the creatures or whatever, that I think this is all a game. The talismans are just a game, So obviously we don't know for sure if this tarp with the talismans or the talisman's going to work in the cavern down there because they cut to black right before something was about to happen. And
Which, by the way, let me tell you something. So again, they caught me because I'm sitting there now. Here's the genius of the show, and they probably didn't even do this on purpose. The show, I keep track of how much time is left in an episode because I'm like, what are they going to show me? How much? Like, oh,
yep,
they have 9 minutes left. I can still see a lot. You have 4 minutes left. You're probably not going to see much because of the slow burn. So
yep,
in the episode when they came up with that stupid plan where they were going to have Kenny run out, charge the thing, stab it, and then run back in, I was like, they're not going to show you this. They're going to have him stab the guy, and then they're going to have him just cut the black. And they didn't.
yes,
They showed you so much more of that battle, like the last 2 minutes of that battle of Kenny kind of getting away, but not getting away. So you still didn't wasn't sure if he got away, but
yep,
you saw more than you saw the whole plan foiled.
yes, exactly.
Now, you go here and you're like, oh no, the time's running, but maybe they're going to show you something, anything. A kid's going to
Yep,
appear, a super kid, or they're going to glow, or nothing. They didn't even get to
yep,
that part yet. They were just like, well, what are you guys? You're not supposed to be doing that, and like cut the
yeah.
black. So I don't know about you, but I sat at my screen and said, oh, you. You know what I mean?
I was in the same boat. I'm like, oh, you can't end it there because what you were saying a few minutes ago is that Sophia doesn't seem too rattled. Well, she did seem kind of rattled when Clara approached her and said that they're only Jade and Tabitha were going into the tunnel, and Sophia kind of looked rattled. She was pissed that Clara didn't tell her sooner, but Clara just found out.
Which goes back to the
So
previous episode when he talked to Tabitha and said, you're so close, but yet you're still not even there
yes,
because they had a
exactly.
bunch of guys going in there last time.
Yep.
Now
So
it's yeah, and then they figured Tabitha figured it out, but I thought it was interesting. Well, a segue right into that. When the kid, so like, and this is true, this is a true thing, and I thought about this, and this is a point I'm going to bring up because this is why I also think you don't with the skeleton bones. The kid said, I had a vision of dad. He told me go to the Tears of Lake. We dug up these things, ended up being life size Kool-Aid men, which was one of the coolest scenes you've ever seen in the show. But the Kool-Aid men break through the doorway, and
yep.
so that was because, and then he said, was that even dad?
Yeah,
Because why would
exactly.
his dad put him in that situation, or at least give
Yep.
him that advice, unless it was bad advice, so that he's figuring out that the man in yellow is with the kid too now in his own head.
Exactly.
And then, like we understand too, that the talisman didn't work on him. He was able to get in Tabitha's house without the talisman stopping him.
Yeah, and that's what she figured out. She told Boyd, the talisman doesn't work on the man in yellow. He can swoop into any place in the whole town, so
And Boyd just changed his mind just because of that. The man in yellow's back. We gotta go. So what if she
yeah.
was lying? What if she made it up just to get his to do what she wanted?
I was actually surprised she had approached Boyd and told him what was going on. I thought for sure she had put it in the back of her mind. It's like, well, I'm not telling anybody the man in yellow
Well, you
approached
know
me.
why it is, right? Because we're on episode 9, and there's only 10 episodes
Exactly.
in the season, and our big cliffhanger is coming next week. Believe it or not, I don't know what it is yet,
Exactly.
but it's coming.
Yep, definitely going to be a cliffhanger next week. I don't know if I mean, Tabitha and Jade are already in the tunnel. So, I mean, is it going to be a cliffhanger with Fatima's character? Because we saw her in excruciating pain in this episode
Well,
where
they
she
gave
acted
her some
genuine.
medicine, which I believe disabled her powers on the demons while they were. That was all. I think it was all calculated by the Sophia or the Man in Yellow, whatever one you want to refer to, because she calculated this. She loosened the rope. She poisoned Fatima temporarily, I believe, not full time.
I don't think it was poison. I think she's just trying to get into Fatima's head, just like she did with Henry's, with the blood. Sophia had Clara cut,
I
Sophia
saw
cut her
that.
hand and Clara's hand
Now,
and bonded
okay,
their
good.
hands
I'm glad you
together.
brought that up because I have a big problem here, an inconsistency, so to speak. So she cut her hand, right? And she had a
Yep.
bandage, and she opened the bandage and squeezed her hand together to get the blood out, dripped the blood into the thermos, closed the thermos. Even if you put the patch back over the hand, she shook the thermos, right?
Yep,
Mix everything up. But yet there was no blood on the thermos on the outside.
exactly.
After her hand splattered everywhere like a crime scene, like a episode of Dexter.
Yeah, exactly.
All of a sudden she's holding, like, even with the bandage over your hand, you're still gonna put a red outline of your hand on the thermos.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
to me there
so
was an inconsistency there, but that's just me.
absolutely. But like I said, is this Sophia's way of getting into Fatima's head? Is this a way of making her a creature? They didn't get back into it
Yeah,
before
but
the end
I
of the
didn't
episode.
read that myself. I read that it was their way of disabling her powers because they know she has powers because Sophia's been listening to everybody's talk.
Oh yeah,
So if
Smiley,
she could,
or being able to infiltrate Smiley's.
yeah, so if you could, so maybe she could do that with all demons. She doesn't know it yet, or even Smiley, and Smiley leads most of these demons. And
Yep.
God forbid she ever has. I mean, the more you think about it, now that we're talking about it, actually, it seems like to me like they're gonna get the kids up. They're gonna have to get out of there. Smiley's gonna be blocking them. Fatima's gonna control Smiley, let them through, and that's gonna be what beats the man in yellow.
Oh, okay.
So in order to prevent that, what do you got to do? Boom, cut the escape rope.
Yep.
Boom, poison Fatima, or at least disable Fatima out of the game, even if it's temporarily, so her powers can't be used against you in that time of need.
Yes.
So that was what I got from that. What else you got?
So throughout the whole season, I've always been pissed off with Tabitha always trying to dump her kids on somebody else while she tries to go through the bottle tree or whatever. But this episode, I really feel like she's in the right, because nobody's been able to understand what these talismans say. But when she saw the Ankui kids pointing at either her or the talisman, she put it together that only two people had to go into the cavern.
I
So
thought
I'm
they
pretty
see
sure she's right
again.
in this
I
episode.
misread that differently. I read that as they were pointing at her son because he
Oh,
was
do you
telling her right
think?
before that. Because her son told her right before that they want you to like whatever way they're telling you, you need to listen to them.
Yes.
So, and then all of a sudden these little kids show up and point. I thought they were pointing at the son, saying like he's right, and that's what triggered her, because then all of a sudden she started telling. That's when she figured out that the daughter goes, "Look at this townsman. Why is this? Explain this." But then here was another problem. Tabitha just told them a lot of information. They, they
Yep.
all have they all have information. The daughter shouldn't have stormed off. She should have sat there and gave more information of how she got, instead of the seizure part, how she got there, what happened when she got there, what did she see, because sometimes that triggers the other person's memory. So the daughter
Exactly.
at that moment, being a bitch, pardon my French, storms off when she should be exchanging information because it's a crucial part of the show. She might not know that
Exactly.
she's on a show and it's a crucial part of it. She thinks it's real life and she's just a teenager going through whatever. But this is the way we read it as fans.
Yeah, I definitely agree that Julia has to come clean with what she's been doing, story walking and whatnot. Because obviously we know that she goes back into it because she popped up at the end of season 3 and Jim throat was ripped out with the man in yellow saying that, we can't keep meeting like this. So we know Julia's going to continue to story walk for at some point. Will it be in the next
Now,
episode? Will it be next season? I don't know
now
yet.
here's my other theory. Because everything they do is bad. So like it started with, they had the man in yellow, and then they had demons, right? That come out at night, that kill you, eat your face, whatever the demons do at night, where
Yep.
they kill the livestock, whatever, they trick you, they try to take your soul, whatever they want from you.
Yeah.
Then they went and we found out that they at the Tear Lake. I guess that was the Lake of Tears, right? Where they
I still
pulled up.
don't think it was the Lake of Tears. Because if it were to help, it would have brought that bird or healed that bird's wing instead of the bird died. It was being
So
buried the next
so
episode.
you think maybe it was his dad and he was looking for the Lake of Tears, but they found a different lake, which was the Lake of Fears, and it was like the opposite of the Lake of Tears, and it wasn't the
Yeah,
devil. So
that
you
works.
don't think so that image of Jim, right, that's spoken to his son when he
Yep.
told him to go find the Lake of Tears, you don't think that was the man in yellow with the kid?
Oh, that's a good question. Either it was the man in yellow messing with Ethan, or it was just Ethan's mind triggering a memory
Or
of the Lake of
was it
Tears.
really Jim's spirit and he really needs to go to the
Exactly.
Lake of Tears? Is
So
that where this ends next season?
I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So now those things become alive. They're giant Kool-Aid men. That's not
Yes.
good. Now they're
No.
at the next season or the next part of the season, and we're at almost the finale. And we're about to dig up children's bones.
Yep.
And these are scary looking markers, these kids.
Yes.
The Akua, whatever, what would you call them?
And
Akui?
Cooey.
And Kui.
And
They're
Cooey.
scary looking. Listen, they're scary looking kids if you see because they're, whatever.
Exactly.
How do you know that these people weren't around and weren't killing the demons and were worse than the demons, and the demons were actually keeping the Akui under control at night.
Exactly.
And once they unveil these kids, that's the end for everybody. Like everybody's gonna die. And the
Yeah,
demons are
it's
actually the good
interesting.
guys protecting the thing.
The creatures are just keeping them under wraps so they didn't unleash the hell that they're worse than the creatures themselves.
Yes.
Interesting.
You could be right. Every show has a twist sometimes. Wouldn't that be
Oh,
the big twist?
absolutely. I
They
mean, we
unveil
still
these
have
kids, and
11 more episodes.
these kids start killing humans and the demons.
Exactly. Exactly. So like I said, there's 11 more episodes left. It can't just wrap up in the next episode. Not everybody's going home in the next episode. So why not throw another monkey wrench into the whole system? Now they have to deal with demon skeleton kids or something.
Now, now let's play predictor before we go because we're almost out of time here.
Yes.
So what if they did all? So okay, hypothetically, this isn't a
Yep.
thing. We don't know anything that happens yet. We have to watch it live with everybody else. Hypothetically, if the finale of next week's episode is they release the children kill the demons, all the bad leaves, the devil disappears, and the town opens up and they can go home. And then season 5 is them adjusting to their lives back home individually, and the town is behind them at that point.
Oh,
Because you said they can't go home next week. What if they did? And what if season
well,
5 was actually them at home and then their real lives and how like I said earlier, even if they went home, they wouldn't be sane. Like
I
Boyd
still
goes home.
don't think they're going
How do
home.
you think that's going to play out when Boyd goes home? He's a maniac right now.
Yeah. Yeah, him adjusting to real life after having to deal with this for how many years here? Yeah.
So
That could be a good little plot twist, but I still think they're going to end on a cliffhanger, but not them leaving the town.
so you think they don't ever get out of there, or you think they get out of there next season?
If they were to get out of the town, I think it's, towards the end of next season for sure.
Okay, fair enough. Anything else on
Episode
this
8, 9,
episode?
10, and then maybe like if they get out in episode 8, you do episode 9 and 10 where they're trying to adjust back into their lives outside of the town.
In episode 9, they just outside, and then episode 10, they go back into town and move back
Oh,
in,
there
and
you go.
they summon more demons because they can't live reality. Their life was
Exactly.
better when they were from hell.
And one
Anything
more
else
thing
on this?
before
Yeah,
we
God.
split up. Yep, one more thing before we split for the day here is pretty sure Elgin's dead, right? Because Elgin came across a photo with Sophia in the background, and Sophia had Clara lock the doors of the
I
diner.
don't think it means he's dead. I think it means that he probably got his hand cut open and I think it's all part of it because you forget Clara's in on the inside working on the inside of the operation for whatever they're doing, and he was with her.
Yep, yep.
So if she can control both of them, I don't think I'm going to say he's not dead just for the sake of argument, but I mean,
Okay.
nothing good's coming out of it. He might have no eyes at this point. Oh,
Yeah, missing a limb or something like that. I have a
he had an
feeling that
accident. Yeah,
Elgin's
they
going
can
to be
say he
gone.
had an
But
accident
why
or
go to the person that's in the picture? It's like I would have gone to Colony House and showed Donna, because Boyd's out at the bottle tree. I would have gone to the
I
Colony
don't think
House,
he
found
looked at it
Donna or
like that. He
Kenny.
wasn't suspicious about it. He was just like, yo, you want to see
Yeah,
something funny? This
true.
person looks like you. It's like me seeing a picture of some jerk and be like, hey, look at you, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like he
Oh,
wasn't even, I don't even think he
yeah,
was
good
thinking of
point.
that. I think he
Good
was just
point.
thinking Sophia's a nice guy. I mean, didn't he ask Sophia to help them at one point?
Yes.
So he's been
Yeah.
he so okay. So if you want my real opinion, our boy has the hots for Sophia not knowing who she really is.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So he's trying to get in any way he can. He's like, "Yo, you want to come and help us? You come help us at the colony house. You could come do this. Yo, you come. Hey, look, this looks like you. How cute is this?" Like
Yeah,
he's trying to work
exactly.
his way in. He's trying to get our attention, and unfortunately for him, if you think you got bad luck with ladies out there, my friends.
Oh yeah. Well, not me. I'm
So
married, but it's all good. So
I do know in the past I've heard the saying, all women are the devil. So, however, we all know the real devil's some man with a yellow coat looking like Dick Tracy out there,
yeah,
had to
exactly.
bear and shit. Yeah, but no, good. I think it was an overall good episode because they gave you enough. But
Didn't give you enough.
well, here's the thing, and here's my thing, and a lot of shows do this, and From doesn't. They normally like the episode 9, the big shit happens, and then episode 10's the fallout.
Yep.
Most shows are like that, but From isn't because if you binge watch From and rewatch From, if you watch the end of season 1 to the first episode of season 2, it's a straight continuation. Same thing
Yep.
with the other seasons. So wherever cliffhanger we leave off at, rather it's the road breaks or starts to break and it's on the third string. When
Yep.
season 5 starts, the first scene is going to be the third string. It's not going to
Definitely.
be like, oh, well, you guys missed this, and here's what happened 6 months later.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So,
No time thought.
yeah.
No time jumps. Yes.
So that's where we're at. But other than that, like I said, I thought it was a really good episode. I could have, yeah, of course I want more. I always want more. But,
Yeah. Exactly.
the story's winding up pretty good. And I've learned the people's names by now for the most part. So it's been a successful season.
Exactly. Plus, by the time we start next season, you'll have forgotten them all again. So.
I'm like, yeah, remember this guy in the brown, but I do think that it was sad watching Henry say there's a reason why that Victor didn't want that bottle tree knocked down. The kid
Yes.
in white told him don't do it. So on top of the guy in the yellow saying it's not a good idea to begin with, and Sophia kind of being like, we thought it was not a good idea because he was worried at first, but now the kid in white's like, no, were you crazy? And it's true, they brought up
Yeah.
a good point. What happens if that thing is there to keep them down there? Now you just release them. I would
Not
leave
only
the
that, it
bottle
was
tree where
bad.
it
It
is.
was it was difficult to see Victor handcuffed like he was in this episode because he said he was going to stop him from tearing down the bottle tree. So
But
seeing
Victor
that
or
was a
Henry, one of them is
bad
going to
thing.
die this next episode. I feel someone's going to die.
Well, yeah, some people. I'm guessing two or three at
I
least.
think one person dies, one main, or at least one main character dies, and it's going to be Henry or Victor. That's my call.
Okay,
But I guess that's it, right? For so many
that's it from
mashups,
us.
so many shows on YouTube. Mike and Pete from season 4, episode 9, the preview, almost the finale. People be excited.
Exactly.
Have a good one.
Talk to you the next one. Have a great week, everybody.